about a few things that most of the people that reach out to us on this channel are relocating from somewhere outside of Northern Virginia.
Right.
And so there's just a couple things that are a couple tips that I found helpful for those buyers, and I want to go over a couple of them for you. For starters is if you're not military, you're going to want to get your updated driver's license within the first 60 days of moving here. When we first moved here, the one and only time we've been pulled over since we moved here, a police officer let us know. He was like, how long have you lived here? Because we said our Louisiana driver's license. And we had been here for a couple of weeks. And he was like, well, you need to make sure you get your license updated within the first 60 days. And he was like, you're getting really close to 30 days and you need to get your vehicle registered as well. So you only have 30 days to register your vehicle with the state of Virginia. And then you have 60 days. Within the first 60 days, you need to get a Virginia driver's license. So that's just one thing that a lot of people probably put on the back burner and don't think about handling immediately. You don't really have a long window here in Virginia for that.
Everything related to your vehicle, I feel like Virginia or Northern Virginia's DMV is well ran, right? You're not going to be there all day. You will be there sometime, but I think it's a well-run entity. So when you are getting your registration done and all your paperwork and your new ID and all the other jazz, you should have a relatively good experience.
Yeah, and a lot of it can be done after that initial registration. For the most part, after that, even, I mean, I've renewed my license, I think, twice since we lived here. I haven't been back to the DMV because they let you do everything online.
They do.
And thankfully, they let me keep that same picture when I was 29, and so I still look relatively young in that picture. In addition to that, you'll also, when you register your vehicle, you'll also have personal property taxes. So about half the states in the country have personal property taxes. That was new to us because Louisiana does not have it. That. You pay your taxes when you buy a vehicle and you're done with it. We pay property taxes on our vehicle every year here in Northern Virginia. It's based upon the Blue Book value of the car. People were a little bit upset this year because the tax rate went up a little bit this year.
Because used cars increased in value.
Because used cars increased in value this year during the pandemic because of the microchip shortage. But you will need to pay that every year. So that's one thing to keep in mind, because oftentimes people don't even realize that when they're moving here. The first year when we got that in the mail, we didn't even know what it was. So that's just another thing to keep in mind.
Don't ignore it. Do not ignore it. If Fairfax County sends you a letter, open it.
Open it.
Open it. It's yours.
Another thing, and this is another thing that was completely new to me and not a concern for us because we've never been pet owners, but if you own a dog, you have to get a pet license here in Fairfax County. And so you need to buy a pet license, but you do need to register your dog with the county when you move here. I believe it's within the first month of moving to Fairfax County. You need to register your pet. It's a $10 annual licensing fee, and it's for any dog that's over 4 months old. And so that is something that a lot of times when we do our intake for buyers, we ask about who will be living in the home. And usually that includes pets. But if you do own a dog, you'll want to make sure you stay on top of that because it's required by the county. My last little tip for buyers who are relocating to the areas, everyone pretty much remembers to forward their mail. But one thing that we find people may forget about, you transfer your utilities. But one thing people forget about is canceling memberships back in their home state or wherever they're from. So that's going to include things like canceling your gym membership and other annual subscriptions that are monthly subscriptions that you may have had. So those are just 3 things that I find when talking to clients that are often overlooked, or just that you wouldn't think about when you're initially in the busy time of moving. Like you're so busy with finding a home and getting your loan closed and hiring movers that you may forget about some of these smaller things.
Excellent. That's a great list, Crystal.
That's true. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Let us know in the comment section if you have overlooked canceling your memberships. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure that's high on most people's list, and you can't get that money back.
You can't get that money back.
That's true. My name is Abraham Walker. This is Crystal Walker, and we make up the Ask a Walker real estate team. We focus on helping individuals like yourself either moving to the Northern Virginia area, moving around the Northern Virginia area, or selling your property. If you have any questions for us, the best way to get in touch with us is to click the link in the description and fill out the perfect home questionnaire. It's just a few questions that you'll answer, and then we'll schedule a time to meet online via Zoom. If you need immediate assistance, our contact information is going to be right here in the little ticker box, or we'll also put our phone number and email address here. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you on the next video. Peace.